Hi, I'm Melissa Holmes. This week on News to Celebrate, we are taking you back in time to uncover the little-known story of the Larkin Company, the Buffalo business that was decades ahead of its time. Plus, a simple act of kindness for one young Bills fan grows into a friendship that's lasted for years. And as always, we are celebrating the very best of the 716. It's all coming up on News to Celebrate.
Happy 716 Day!
It's a day to celebrate what we love about Western New York and our favorite memories.
Maybe when the Sabres won 6-1 against the Boston Bruins.
The traditions is just growing up, coming to a Buffalo Bison's game, and of course you're gonna have a hot dog, and just those memories and those traditions.
The snow.
It's also a day to give back to our local nonprofits in the region.
Everyone in Buffalo is so proud of the community, so for us it's an important day at Salem's to really give back to the community that supported us for the 150 plus years we've been here.
Western New Yorkers have raised nearly $6 million for nonprofits across the region through the Give 716 campaign, supporting local organizations through a variety of fundraiser events and community celebrations. One event, free hot dogs at Salem Field for the first 716 fans. Holly Taste.
Another event included appearances from former Sabres players Rob Ray and Derek Roy, and of course, Sabretooth.
Since I was a child, I was watching Rob Ray on the ice and loved being a part of the Sabres fan base.
Parents Krista and Dave say they don't need to think twice about donating to nonprofits because of what Buffalo has given them in return.
We're just doing something great to help these great things that do so many things for everybody all over. So it's a little piece of what makes an impact.
For me to give back here, it's no-brainer for me to drive a couple hours down here and to help out.
716 Day was founded by the Buffalo Bills Foundation and Buffalo Sabres Foundation. It has supported more than 900 charities since it started in 2021.
But now the Naval Park is preparing for a big celebration to celebrate America's 250th birthday. There will be fireworks on August 2nd, which is Signers' Day. That's the day the Declaration of Independence was actually signed. The event is being organized by both the New York State America 250 Commission and Erie County's America 250 Initiative to reflect civic pride, tourism, and community celebration. It will include live entertainment, historical storytelling, family activities, military heritage, food, and of course, fireworks. It also became a lightning rod of sorts after the city announced it would not be sponsoring fireworks on the 4th of July. One reason was that there would be fireworks for this event. People went on social media criticizing the decision when in fact it is part of a year-long celebration across the region and across the state.
I do think that was lost in the mix a little bit. When you look back at 76 or 1926, celebrations went on for an entire year, and that's exactly what's happening across the nation. We remember when, of course, the big boy, the giant train came rolling through, just like the Freedom Train that rolled across America in 76. And what we're doing is really celebrating across many dates with many programs. There are nonprofits across Buffalo right now that have had exhibits up for months, including here at the Naval Park.
And again, this is just one of many events that are being planned by the commission. It runs from 4 to 9:30 p.m. on August 2nd, Signers' Day. Organizers say another reason they opted not to have fireworks on the 4th of July was so that people would attend their local celebrations in towns and villages across Western New York on the July 4th holiday. On your side in Buffalo, Chelsea Swift, Channel 2 News.
Decades of accomplishments laid out on this table.
We're blessed to have him with us all these years, and he's just been an inspiration to all of us.
With awards, photos, and mementos, helping share World War II veteran Frank Loudon's life. Born on July 7th, 1926, this year marks a remarkable milestone.
He's turned 100 this year.
Family and friends traveled from near and far, filling this room to celebrate the newest centenarian.
I'm not surprised. I just love everybody that's come to see me.
He's really fun, caring.
From serving his country during World War II to raising a family of 8.
I kept my eye on him.
His family says He spent a lifetime of putting others first.
He's been a real mentor and been a role model. He's been great with going to church and a real tough individual.
A legacy that continues through 27 grandchildren and 26 great-grandchildren.
Amazing man. Yeah.
Never missed one of my ball games. I mean, he still comes and watches me bowl. He's a really good person, and we love him.
He's a wonderful man. He's created an amazing legacy.
A century of life, a lifetime of memories, and a man his family says is a gift to know and love.
If you come across him in the last 100 years, you're a better person because of it.
What's your proudest moment here?
Probably helping everyone during the blizzard.
ECMC President and CEO Andrew Davis meeting with those who care for patients.
I think we have to stay connected to the frontline staff.
We later walked the transplant floor.
We do about almost over 100 transplants a year.
To see our patients go from being on dialysis to, getting a transplant.
This is my 30th day as CEO. What advice would you give to me?
Just being present, getting to know the staff.
Davis has been in the healthcare industry across the country for over 20 years. Now he's leading Western New York's Level 1 Trauma Center.
We take care of people on that unimaginable day at a trauma hospital.
He wants to make sure they're equipped with the best.
The technology is helping us move people to not have to stay in the hospital long, and I think that's how people measure quality.
Growth.
So we're going to be expanding our behavioral health bed capacity by 24.
He points to data showing ECMC's orthopedic trauma department is one of the nation's best.
The opportunity that rests with me is to be able to work with all of our stakeholders in order to deliver that type of care and world-class care here at ECMC and to be one of the premier healthcare entities in the country.
He calls clinicians dedicated.
So when a person falls in Ellicottville, they can get that care here within minutes.
And get the care. But healthcare is expensive for this safety net hospital.
Tell our story, fight for our reimbursement, develop service lines that can enhance our bottom line, and be as efficient as possible. I think we're a very efficient hospital, very lean.
Davis, a former athlete from Florida, now leading a healthcare center with pride.
It's really important to me is that no matter what walk of life you come from, people deserve good health care, and they deserve it with compassion.
For him, seeing patients leave is rewarding.
And that means they came to us when they needed us, we took care of them, and we got them home.
If you couldn't already tell, Abby McNett lights up when she's talking about the Bills.
Sassy Allen.
Josh and Abby became big fans of each other after they first connected years ago.
She just fell in love, and I think he made such a connection with her. His eyes were on her the entire time, and it was beautiful.
That special moment.
Remember our handshake?
Growing into a special friendship.
Sass Bear.
There's someone out there that's rooting for her and means so much to her. That's what the bear represents for her.
That continues to last.
Nope. Mom? Send it for me.
A simple handwritten note.
What did you think when you got the card? I miss him.
With the help of Golisano Children's Hospital, can make a difference.
So she was diagnosed with alveolar rhabdomyosarcoma January 22. And it's an aggressive type of cancer. There's no cure for it. So, once it starts coming back, it's hard.
In April, the family found out Abby had relapsed again.
And she gets scans every 3 months. The doctor's like, I think we missed something. There's something there. So it was very small.
But as Abby continues her fight, so does Abby's Angels, created as a way to give back. The nonprofit focuses on helping caregivers and families of differently abled children under 18 in times of medical emergencies.
We're still finding things out that we didn't know back then, resources that are available and stuff.
Right.
They're still coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
And we're going to try to compile all that and help people find it sooner.
The hope is that information
But what?
Yeah.
Never back down, never give up.
And kindness gets into the right hands.
What do you want to say to Josh Allen for sending you a card?
Thank you. I love you more.
On your side in Lockport, Courtney Courtwright, Channel 2 News.
A summer camp for the Lockport Boys and Girls Club.
Avocado, this is how you play.
In Niagara County, childcare can be tricky.
I've had parents tell me if I don't know if my child has childcare, I have to quit my job or I can't accept a new position.
Affordability also plays a role in what programs parents can choose. In December 2025, Niagara County announced Child Care Assistance Program funding would waitlist new applications or recertifications due to a lack of funding on the state and federal level. The subsidies from the CCAP helped eligible families pay for childcare options.
We've had several families straight up let me know. The only reason why we're here is because I have a scholarship. And if I don't get the scholarship, then my kid won't have care.
Site Director Ishmael Mantooth says that's where Boys and Girls programs step in to give families more choices, even if they're on the CCAP waitlist.
The Boys and Girls Club is super big on not turning families away. We're good to keep helping families, so that's what we're going to do.
The club got a 5-year LEAP grant from the New York State Office of Child and Family Services to support the program's mission.
I make new friends and they're so kind.
Right now, there are 60 kids signed up with more slots available. Now, as for the future, the Boys and Girls Club hopes to work with local leaders in Lockport and parks to expand their program into Outwater. On your side in Lockport, more of on Channel 2 News.
It was 1875 that the good ship Larkin set sail.
They had quite a run up until about 1950, so, 75 years is a long time.
Starting up very small with just one building on Chicago Street.
They started their selling soap, and then they ended up selling almost anything that you could use in your home in these catalogs that they would produce several times a year.
It ultimately expanded into a multi-building campus with more than 2,000 workers filling up over 2 million square feet by 1912.
They were manufacturers, they were distributors all over the country. They were one of the largest companies in the country at the time.
And a company that used the slogan, the Larkin Idea.
It was what they call factory to family.
To transform a simple soap company into a mail-order monster.
If you look back at the old catalogs, you see hundreds, thousands really of products that you could buy and have delivered, and they would basically come here to the Larkin Terminal warehouse. The trains would literally come into the building, load up, and go on their way to all points east and west.
And by year 50, it was the Larkin plant for happier homes. Hair products, lotions, food items, both men's and women's clothing, furniture, even musical instruments, and the latest in phonographic sounds. You name it, they sold it. Think of Larkin as almost an analog Amazon, and an approach that has come full circle. While online shopping has put a big dent in the bottom line of brick and mortar, it was the rise of the automobile and shopping centers that ultimately helped knock Larkin off of its pedestal.
It wasn't the only reason, but it contributed to the demise of Larkin in the day. And if you fast forward now, many decades forward to modern times, here the factory to family or direct to consumer cut out the retail has sort of reemerged, obviously, as a major force in consumer buying habits.
And now, 151 years after it was founded, the Larkin name has risen again and become a different kind of asset in the Queen City and within the unknown stories of Western New York.
On this court, these kids are trusting the coaches and the mentors through every drill.
It's really fun to be here today, and I really like it, especially if you love basketball.
For many of them, their love for basketball is easy to see, but the lessons they're learning here go beyond the court.
And I think one of the biggest things about being a role model is giving back and going to hang out with people that look up to you.
Joining Toronto Raptors player Jamal Shed.
He's been able to achieve what a lot of these kids want to do. They want to make it to that level of the NBA.
Are officers from the Buffalo Police Department and the NFTA.
We have great careers. We want to say, hey, you can be a police officer too, and I play basketball too. So, it's all encompassing.
It's a way to build positive relationships and trust with the kids they serve.
To have it in a different light and to have that positive connectivity, that's something that they're going to grow up with. You know, with everything that's been going on, we need that more than ever, is to have that bond between pops and kids and let them know that they are there to help.
The hope is the impact.
If you work hard and really make yourself diligent and working, you know, you can achieve anything.
Will last long after the final buzzer.
It's fun to be out here and, you know, show them that there's a different side of basketball than just, you know, being an athlete, just being a young man and being a person that can, you know, be a difference in their communities.
On your side in Buffalo, Courtney Courtright, Channel 2 News.
And there is a sure sign that fall is almost on the way. Mayer Brothers will kick off its 174th season in less than 1 month. The family-owned market says that it will debut several sweet additions, including 2 new pies, strawberry lemonade and lemon blueberry buckle, they call it. They'll also be serving M&M and blueberry lemon mega cookies. Well, tonight we're celebrating one of America's favorite foods, and mine, the hot dog. Today is National Hot Dog Day, and Ted's is marking the occasion with buy one, get one free regular hot dogs at all of its locations. And while everyone has their favorite way to enjoy a hot dog, Ted says a few orders stand out from all the others.
Yeah, a lot of people will request lightly done, just kind of barely grilled so it's hot on the inside. A lot of people love them blackened. Specifically blackened, super, super dark, almost as dark as the charcoal. Toasted rolls is another big one. It's really funny. Every time someone orders a toasted roll, the rest of the line is like, oh yeah, that sounds good. Let me have a toasted roll.
Yeah, I know that, and then you have to wait a little longer, Dan. That's the problem with that, right? Well, the first customer at each Ted's location took home a golden keychain. That's good for buy one, get one free hot dogs for life. The first 10 customers received a limited edition Ted's poster.
First, one of Buffalo's most unique and beloved summer traditions is back this weekend. The 55th annual Grease Pole Festival takes over the Agustin Pucho Olivencia Community Center on Swan Street with 3 days of Puerto Rican culture, incredible food, live music, dancing, and of course, the famous grease pole competition. It's all for a great cause, raising money for youth programs and college scholarships in our community. So joining us now in studio are Anita Leon Rodriguez and Felicia Cruz, board members at the Community Center. Thank you for being here today on Most Buffalo. We appreciate it. The Grease Pole Festival, if people haven't been there before, I mean, it's been around 55 years, so most people know what it is, but just explain to people what they will experience.
Well, thank you for having us. We're very happy to be here. It's like you said, it's 3 days of community celebration, cultural celebration. It's food, it's vendors, it's music. It's just celebrating our culture.
It's a good time. It's
Yes.
a good time. What's your favorite part about the event?
Well, I have the opportunity to be the vendor coordinator, so I love working with the vendors because without vendors and food, then there wouldn't be a festival, right? So we have over 20 food vendors this year, over 15 non-food vendors, which are crafters, people that come out and sell T-shirts and hats with the Puerto Rican flag and different culture things. So just being a food vendor, I get the first chance to kind of taste the food.
And what is your favorite food option going to be this year? And maybe there are some people who did Taste of Buffalo, and then they turn around and this weekend they're doing the Grease Pole Festival.
Well, not only do we have Puerto Rican food, but we have other cultures that have participated over the years. We have Jamaican food, we have fried dough stands, we have lemonade stands. So we pretty much have it all. So everybody is welcome.
For competitors in the Grease Pole competition, how is this something, like I've always wondered, how do you train for this? Do you train in the winter? Are you like at a gym? You've got to have really good upper body strength. So do you know what the secret is for these competitors?
Yeah. I don't think it has so much to the gym. I think it's, people always think that you need to have upper body strength, but it also has to do technique.
Oh, okay.
And Team South Park has definitely developed that technique to do it, and that's why they're being champions for I don't know how many years, but they will be in there this year again. The competition is on Sunday.
Okay.
Always at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You might want to get there a little earlier because it gets really packed. For what do they say, disclosure, Team South Park right there. That is,
wow.
That is my son and my brother. So I know. I can never lose an opportunity to say that.
It looks so dangerous, but they're also so good at it.
Yes.
And you know, the adrenaline is flowing, so they're just doing it.
And I believe it's 17 years in a row they have won.
Really? Okay, so really, somebody needs to step up and give them some competition, or otherwise they're like at the Olympic level and everybody else is just an amateur.
Yes, and all you need to do is get a team of 5, 6, because you need an extra, because you never know.
If
Team of
somebody
6
gets hurt.
people, yes.
Okay.
You know, and sometimes they want to, alternate in and out to take a breather or whatever, but it have to be a 6 team.
Okay.
You can come even the date of the festival on
Really?
Sunday. You can come on the day of Sunday. You sign your waivers, you show your ID, and you go at it. Take your shot to see if you can just take Team South Park.
So somebody watching right now could decide, okay, I'm going to get 5 of my friends together and we're going to go Sunday and do this.
Yes.
All right, good. If that's what they're doing, good luck to them. And if you're looking for something fun to do on Thursday nights this summer, the Martin House has you covered. Right Nights is back, transforming one of Buffalo's most iconic landmarks into a weekly destination for live music, family fun, special tours, lectures, workshops, even a farmer's market. So joining us now in studio is Jesse Fisher, CEO of Frank Lloyd Wright's Martin House. Thank you for being here on Most Buffalo. So next Thursday, what can people expect?
Next Thursday is actually one of my favorite Right Nights because it's kids' night. So as a mom of 4 myself, I'm always trying to find ways to get kids involved in fun cultural activities. So we'll have art and design workshops. We'll have mini tours that are more tailored for kids and their attention span. So we try to offer something for everyone. So we also have evening behind the scenes tours that end in a champagne toast for the non-kids among us. So lots of fun ways to come and experience the Martin House every Thursday evening until September 3rd.
And I'd imagine that this is a popular time of the year for tours. So what are some of the special tours happening this summer?
So this summer we have our garden tours on Saturday mornings, which are really popular. I mean, we always think of the architecture, but Frank Lloyd Wright actually designed this incredible landscape at the Martin House, which has really come into its own. So if you want to learn more about the gardening, come on by on Saturday mornings. Thursday evenings we're open late and we're doing behind the scenes tours, which are a really fun way to experience the house. Like I said, we have some mini tours, some self-guided tours, all kinds of new offerings this summer.
And for the garden.
That's all for this week's News to Celebrate. Thanks for joining us as we celebrated the people, places, and moments that make the 716 shine.